8:22 here on Big 550 KTRS. Kelly Jackson from KSDK Channel 5 is with us, and back by popular demand after a hiatus, Dr. Jeffrey Lowell, professor of surgery and pediatrics at Washington University. Good morning, Dr. Lowell.
Good morning, McGraw and Kelly.
Morning.
Let's get right to it. Talk about this man who was in Ohio who was pronounced dead, and they brought him back to life.
Well, CPR works. And sometimes prolonged CPR works. He would happen to be in the hospital, but CPR can be done by anybody, and this is something that everybody should be trained in. So I'm not going to ask whether you and Kelly have been trained in CPR, but by golly, you guys should be, and everybody over there, because nobody's getting any younger these days.
I was trained a long time ago, but we only know it from watching it on TV.
Right.
So, I mean, how similar is it to what we see on TV to what it is in real life?
It's not that similar. So it is worth taking the couple-hour course and getting everybody trained up in it, because as you can see, they did CPR on somebody for 45 minutes or so, and he's walking around normal and healthy now. So it absolutely positively can work, and it's something we should, there isn't any reason we all can't do this. I think it's Seattle that almost like everybody in all of Seattle has been trained in CPR, and there's AED machines everywhere.
He was dead for 45 minutes?
And so he didn't suffer any long-term effects?
Nope. Nope. No, that's certainly not going to guarantee that for everyone.
Right.
But it absolutely positively can save lives, and we should all do it. It's easy to do. There's no reason we can't do this.
That's interesting stuff. Yeah. All right, let's move on. A couple other things. A couple of stories about smoking, and one is doctors want a older smoking age?
Well, not only doctors do, but Mayor Bloomberg in New York. So Mayor Bloomberg is one of the greatest advocates for public health, and whether it's trans fats or getting sugar out of drinks in schools or getting rid of Supersize Me, his latest is now raising the smoking age in New York City, at least the proposed smoking age. Good thing. Kids shouldn't smoke. No one should smoke. The statistics on smoking are staggering. If you start smoking at 18, your chances that you're going to be smoking for most of your life are high, and the chance that you're going to die of smoking-related illness, either a heart attack, stroke, or lung cancer, is also very high. And so, there's no reason to do it. And the best time to prevent it is when you're 18, because about a third of those kids will continue to smoke as adults, and this is the best time to stop it.
It makes sense. Drinking age is 21, so I could see that, raising the smoking age. But again, kids will get them despite their age, cigarettes, access to them. But still,
Well,
I understand.
Yeah, well, it's not. I wouldn't say it's going to be a perfect solution, but it's a good solution that we can certainly do and recommend. Now that the foes of this are not advocating from the health policy standpoint; they're arguing from the economic standpoint. They're saying, well, we're going to be selling less cigarettes, and that's less tax, and because there's heavy tax on cigarettes, and it's pretty evil to think that you want 18-year-olds to smoke so you can increase the revenue for your city or your state or your country. But that's one of the arguments against doing it.
All right, let's move on to this. There's new ways of testing for ovarian cancer. Sounds promising.
Yeah, actually, it's not really a new way, but it's a new way of using it. So we've known for a long time that there is a marker for ovarian cancer. It's not perfect, but it's a pretty good marker. It's called CA-125, and it's a blood test. Now, we like to use these blood tests, like if it's over a certain level, that's something that we should take note of and proceed with extra screening, but that really hasn't panned out with CA-125. But one of the what these investigators have done in this recent study was track CA-125 against time, so that you'll have a certain level of CA-125 and you'll get it measured every year, and if all of a sudden it jumps by 2 or 3 fold, that's the aha moment where we need to do some other tests, either ultrasound or some other type of test. And using that, as the individual's own baseline for screening, it's been so far very effective. And so more to follow on this, but I would imagine that that might show up as a recommendation in the years to come.
If we catch it earlier, the better, I'm assuming, right?
Absolutely, positively.
Yeah.
For every cancer, especially for ovarian cancer.
Doctor, it's going to be 100 degrees out. What helpful hints should you pass along today?
I would say go crazy for these Cardinals who are on fire. That's what I would say.
Sit out in the sun.
Sit out in the sun and root for those darn Cardinals. I would also have a couple bottles of water with you, and wear a hat and wear sunscreen, and watch them in the shade if you can. But they are on fire.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, not only a little health segment and a little Cardinal baseball to boot. When you go to the game, Dr. Jeffrey Lowell, you wear a baseball cap and or sunscreen, don't you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
On your head, too, right?
Yeah, on my new shaved head. And also sunglasses, too, with polar reflectors on them, so that you can definitely, get all the bad stuff in your retinas, too. So you want to wear sunglasses as well.
And what's the lowest SPF that people, or what's the recommended SPF that people should be using?
I'm not exactly sure, but I think 30 and above.
Okay.
I think I'm getting older, or maybe because sunglasses, I used to go out.
You might be getting older?
Well,
you are getting older.
Somebody's getting older, because when I used to go to a ball game, I wouldn't need sunglasses. Now I feel like, oh my goodness, if I don't have my sunglasses, I get a headache. I mean, is that because of anything other than me getting older?
Well, McGraw,
that's enough out of you, Doctor.
Wear the sunglasses.
All right. Dr. Jeffrey Lowell, professor of surgery and pediatrics, and a little baseball knowledge as well from Washington University. Doctor, be safe. Thanks for checking in.
Take care, McGraw. See you, Kelly.